ladies, today I'm going to show you step-by-step instructions for doing a rod set. A rod set can be done on natural hair, or you can do it if you are transitioning. It works very effective for transitioning hair because it's a way that you can blend the two textures through your natural and your relaxed, giving the illusion that your hair is natural. But today I'm going to do it with my model. This is Joanne. Say hey, Joanne. Hello. And her hair is all natural. The first thing that you do, make sure your hair is properly shampooed and conditioned, and you want to separate your hair in 5 or 6 sections. The more sections you have, the more hair you have, the more sections you want to put in the hair. But I typically do 5 sections, 3 in the front and 2 in the back. 1 is here, and this is another section. Again, if you have more hair, you can do more sections. If this is something that you're going to do yourself, it's easier to have more sections because your hair is more manageable if you can work in smaller sections. The product that I'm going to use to do the rod set is Jane Carter Solution Wrap and Roll. This works fabulous for rod sets, and you can use it for twist. It gives a very good hold. Joanne's hair texture is medium fine. If your hair texture is more coarse, then you can use the wrap and roll, and typically what I do, I'll mix it with my gel. And at some point, I will use a little bit of my gel on Joanne's hair. In her crown area, her hair is coarser in the crown area, so I'll mix the wrap and roll with the my gel to give it a better hold. So let's get started. First thing that you want to do, you want to start in the back, in your back section. You want to part the hair in about a 1/2 inch section. Make sure her hair is wet, so make sure you keep your water bottle handy. Wet the entire section. Take your setting lotion, wrapping lotion, or whatever you use to do the set, and saturate the section in your product. Next, you want to make sure that the section is fully detangled, so comb it through. Take about an 1/8 inch of a section. Take your end paper. Make sure you always use the end paper when doing rod sets. It keeps the ends from frizzing. To apply the end paper, you fold it in a bookmark. Make sure that the hair is completely covered by the end paper. Take your rod. Joanne has 4 inches of hair, so I'm using smaller rods to do her rod set. Hold your rod in the horizontal direction. Roll it under twice horizontally. Then if you want to have a spiral curl, you want to take that rod and flip it up so that it's vertical, and continue rolling until you get to her base, which is her scalp. Make sure that the rod is either right at your part or right below your part. You don't want your rod to sit up here because you won't be able to rod hair above the part. So make sure your rod sits below the part, and then secure it, and then you're done. So I'm going to show you how to do that again. After you finish the first row, you want to go to the second row. Make sure the hair is wet. Make sure your product is evenly distributed on the entire section. Make sure it's combed through and detangled. Take a small section of hair. Your end paper, always use end papers again. Turn that end paper so it looks like a bookmark. Bring it all the way down. Make sure the hair is completely covered by the end paper. Take your rod, place the hair in the middle or somewhat in the middle of the rod. Roll it under by about 2 rolls, and then you want to flip it and turn it vertically and continue to roll until it's at the base or at her scalp. Make sure the top of the rod is either at the part or right below the part. And and secure it. There you go. We'll do that again. Take a small section of hair, take your end paper, lay it flat on the hair, close it till it forms a bookmark, bring it down, make sure the hair is completely covered by the end paper. Take your rod so that it is horizontal, roll it under about 2 times, and then flip that rod vertically and continue to roll. This is what's going to create a spiral look when it's done. Make sure that the rod is either at the part or underneath the part. And secure the roller. Well, I am just about done. I have one more section left to complete. I want to show you what I've done so far. The 2 sections on the side, I continue to roll it the very same way as I did in the back, row by row. And let me show you the back. So I'm going to finish up in the top section. This section and her section in the middle, or in the crown area, is a little more coarse. So I used some of the My Gel, which is, again, it's a natural gel. It has no alcohol in it and it has water in it. So it's a moisturizing gel, and you can use it for various styles in addition to the rod set. You can use it for twisting, you can use it for coiling, you can use it for most all natural styles. So I'm going to put a little bit of the My Gel in this section. Her hair has dried out, so I'm going to re-wet it. And you notice, even when you use the My Gel, even though it's a very thick gel, when you use it with water, it turns into a foaming mousse. I'm also going to add a little bit of the Jane Carter Solution Wrap Lotion and continue to rod in small sections. Again, make sure the paper completely covers the hair. Very same technique. Roll it under twice. Now that you're at the top, your roller is going to naturally roll in a vertical direction when you're in the crown area. I am also putting a little bit of My Gel right at her hairline. My Gel is actually fabulous for laying down your edges. Alright, we're all done with her rod set. Let me turn her around one more time so that you can see. The next step is for her to sit under a hooded dryer for about 45 minutes to an hour. Dryer time is really contingent upon how much hair you have. So if you have super thick, long hair, then clearly you're going to need to sit under the dryer a little longer. But for her hair, it should take about 45 minutes to an hour. Also, because I rodded her hair using a lot of rods, so small pieces of hair are on the rod, then the heat will be able to be evenly distributed throughout her hair, so it's not going to take as long. In terms of the rod, I decided to use the pink or the peach rod because of the length of hair that she has. She has about 4 inches of hair, so I used the pink rod. However, if you have longer hair, then you can use a purple rod, or you can use a white rod. Other rod sizes are gray. It gets smaller, pink. And then if your hair is about 2 inches, then you can use the yellow or the blue rod. All right, now that the hair is all dry, you want to remove the rods. unwind the roller, unwind the hair from the roller, move the paper, after all the rods have been removed, use an oil-based, shea butter oil-based product to put on each curl before you unrod it to give it a little bit of moisture and a little bit of sheen. The product that I'm using is by Adiva Hair and Skin Conditioner. It has no water in it. Again, it's all natural oils and shea butter. With the product on your hand, smooth the product from root to end, and you want to take each curl, each rotted curl, and break it down into smaller curls. For each curl, you can separate each curl into 2 smaller curls, 3 smaller curls. I'm doing about 5 to 6 smaller curls. The more you separate each curl, the fuller the hair will be when you're finished. Again, you wrap the hair in the same direction in which you rolled it. Wrap it around your finger. Alright, well, we are all finished with Joanne's rod set. She and her hair look absolutely fabulous. This hairstyle can last anywhere from 7 to 14 days. At night, the only thing you have to do is just put a satin bonnet on it, and in the morning time, just give it a fluff. So, in terms of the rod set, keep in mind you may not get it right the first time. It takes patience, 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 and practice. Remember, practice makes fabulous. So, the more you do it, the better you'll be.